Hi everyone, I wanted to come on here and share a quick little project, I guess you can say, with you guys. I had gotten in one of like a smaller order yesterday, but it had these three larger pieces in it, and when I ordered them, they were dirty, but I thought that the supplier was going to clean them because he said that they usually give them like an acid bath. So I picked these out when they were dirty. I don't know if I'm going to insert the photos before this or after this of what they look like before. They were dirtier than this. I washed them with a spray nozzle and everything and got a lot of dirt off of them. But as you can see, these two back ones are still really dirty and have a lot of this buildup on them that you can't just easily spray off. This white one looked like it came cleaner, but it still has like this, it's hard to tell because it's sparkly. Some of these spots that look like shiny spots are actually like right here, it's a white like buildup. So it has a white film on it. So this one is gonna probably be really pretty. And there is, I think it's in this front one, there is like a rainbow in one of these crystals I could see, and I could have swore it's this front one, but now that I have moved it, I don't know if that was the one. But this one, obviously, like before it's completely cleaned, sparkles a lot. So this one should be even prettier when this white film is off of it. So this one is going to be pretty. This one looks like it naturally has like a pink tint to it. So this one should be really pretty too. So it's like these two are white, but like it has like a pink undertone to it. So this one looks really pretty. Hopefully this one has a lot of calcium buildup on it. So I'm hoping this one is like surprisingly beautiful, you know, like that it can get really clear. So you can see there's still quite a bit of buildup on this one. So it's got some beautiful large points on it. So I am going to put this container out on, I replanted one of my plants in dirt. This on my back patio with the acid bath and let them soak for at least 24 hours. And I might do video checkup if I see any significant difference before then. But hopefully within 24 hours, like, we're gonna have a miracle. Especially, well, this one should look pretty good. So if the other two are still pretty dirty, I mean, obviously you can soak them longer. So this is going to be a new experiment and first time for me. So if I can continue to get some bigger pieces, I won't, like this, I won't be intimidated if they come dirty per se. I can clean them myself. So let's see how this turns out. Alright, here is what the crystals look like after soaking for 24 hours. At first I thought, oh, they look pretty good, and then after a while I was like, oh, they could be way better. And then I just took a look at the pictures before I even started doing anything, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they've come a long way. So I think I'm going to soak them maybe for a good 2 days, at least the dark ones. A lot has actually come off. It looked a lot clearer in the liquid because like all the dirt will like seep down, so it looked like majority of it was clear. But then when I just think maybe my water pressure is not hard enough, because I could still get some more off of this. And I noticed like on this one, I don't know if it's like porous all the way through, because none of this, I don't remember any of this black being on the bottom. And if you look, like, see, so I don't know like this black is like seeping through and coming out through the bottom, because there's a lot more black on the bottom when I took it out and rinsed it off. This one has gotten more clear, but there is still a little bit of film on it, but you can see on certain sides, like this side right here is completely, you can't tell because the back still has film on it, but in person, like a lot of these flat faces are completely clear. And I did see that there was, I don't know if there is a little rainbow in the big one in the center there, and there is a rainbow down here in, I don't know if you can, in this bigger crystal down here in the front, because I couldn't remember which one was, but it's still hard to see because some sides still have the film on it, but like you can still see how much it sparkles. A lot of the flat facings in front here are completely clear, so this one still needs to soak for a while. But this one has the rainbow, and the rainbow's in the center there. So I'm going to put these back in the acid solution and put more in there, and probably try to forget about it for 2 or 3 days and see what they look like after. But after looking at the original pictures that I took when they first arrived, huge difference. I just need to have patience and let them soak for a couple days. So we'll see when I come back what they look like. I just wanted to do another follow-up with the crystals being cleaned in the acid. The original ones I started with was this one, and this one. I added this one that I had gotten in and this smaller one just to see what it would do. So a thing with cleaning crystals with the acid, I don't know if I did a video where I switched acids to where I picked up the muriatic acid, and they said that like when you're done using the acid, you need to soak the crystals in water for several days, or else the crystals will start turning yellow because of the acid. What I did is I rinsed them, and I was going to have them dry before and check them out and then soak them, just for precaution. But just within a day of letting them dry after soaking them in the muriatic acid for 2 to 3 days, as you can see there's some like yellowing. There was a lot of yellow on them, but I soaked them for 2 to 3 days in water. But as you can see, like there's still a little yellow on there, so I don't know how much more I would need to soak them to get that off. It got off the white one, this one. This looks yellow, but it's just the stuff that was already on there. But I mean, they got fairly clean. Now the only problem I had is this one right here is my favorite one. No matter how much I soaked this crystal, when it dried, the white film always came back, no matter what. So that was a little disheartening. But when it's like wet, it's clear. So, and the other problem I ran into with cleaning the crystals with the acid, I mean, it really got everything really clean into the nitty gritty, that on the edges here, this fine crystals on the side, they want to flake off. So some of the crystals on the side became loose, and I was afraid of losing them. So one idea I came up with, which some people may agree with, some people may not, but my name is Glitter and Stones, so why not do a little experiment. So on this side, I just started doing it, is I added, I started with UV resin with some little glitter. You may see a little bit of the purple flakes. On this big crystal here, there is like a rainbow in there. I did the clear UV resin on the big crystal, and I'm only adding the glitter along the sides for this one. I am leaving the bottom of the crystal. It's hard to do this with just one hand, but I am leaving the bottom of the crystal bare if anyone is concerned of being able to touch the raw crystal for energy purposes. I do believe I may keep this crystal for myself because it is one of my favorites. The video is not picking up how pretty it is, but if you could see, the crystals along this edge are clearer than the crystals on this side. So I was just experimenting to see if adding the UV resin, you know, when you add it on, it's like moisture, so it clears up the crystals, and setting it in the UV resin if it will keep them clear, and so far it is. So I don't know if I'm going to run out of UV resin with this one, but I definitely need to pick up some more. I was going to coat it after that with the regular 2-part resin just to give it some extra strength to hold the crystal form together and make it, I'm like, my brain is on pause, to be able to show like the clarity of the crystals and secure the form of the crystals without crystals breaking off. So and as you can see in my hand, like the bottom there, it's like flaky, but I mean this happens with a lot of crystals, and you can see like the acid really did clean it up a lot. So I'm gonna do that with these, with this one and this one. See, like this one right there, I just grabbed it. This big crystal right here on top, this one was loose from the cleaning process, and on this this crystal right here was definitely loose, and I wanted to be able to like secure the whole structure and not have it, like, especially if it's being transported, mailed, to have anything break off. These other crystals down here are bigger, thicker crystals that don't have like the shards along the side. This one does have some of the discoloration still, like yellowing along this band right here, and then some of the dark discoloration that did not come out. So I was going to use a different glitter on this one to kind of hide the imperfections in the crack, and along with like this one along here. I mean, they're really pretty with the glitter and everything, so if they don't sell, I mean, no loss to me. I will keep them for myself. This one should be fine. I might add a little bit of glitter along the bottom. This one I might be able to just pick off the yellow, but this one was a really pretty one too. But yeah, I'm just gonna experiment with these ones because, I mean, if anything happens, I'll just keep them anyways for myself because I like the way it looks. I mean, you can see how like frosty white the front of that is compared to the back that looks more like glass. I just wanted to be able to show how beautiful the crystal looks, but I don't know. I tried to do some research on the stuff. I've even picked off, like, one of the steps that they recommend is like if you can scrape off the white stuff, which I did on several pieces, but it just seems like it either comes back or it just, I don't know, it seems like it multiplies. So this is an experiment, so this is where it's at so far. I don't know if I'm going to post the video now. I probably will do, I'll probably treat all of them with the glitter and the resin and see how they turn out, and then end the video with that. So on to experimentation. All right, let's finish up this video series, whatever, not a series, collection. Let's finish this up. So hopefully the noise is down. I had to turn everything off. Okay, so here is the finished crystal set here, and if you could see all of like the iridescent purple flashes around the edge, like I just kept the glitter around the edge, and then the rest of the piece is covered. Most of it's clear. There is spots that still have white on them, but it's mostly clear. The bottom, so hard to do one-handed. The bottom is still raw and not covered, but this is now all secure. Nothing will be flaking off. I might keep this piece, I'm not sure. It's nighttime, so I don't know. There is, oh, it flashed real quick. There is a natural rainbow in the big crystal on top. So, and then this one, because when you put it down, it kind of lays back. So right now I have it propped up on one of my clear resin cups. So this one still has a lot of work. I don't like what it looks like right now, because this one had a lot of the black still on it, so I used a darker silver iridescent glitter to cover up all the dark areas, but I'm not completely finished with it. I added the iridescent around the bottom. I kind of started separating the crystals with the glitter to kind of give it a uniform look. The bigger resin, or bigger crystal, I covered in resin because I had some extra, but I'm not completely finished with this one. I don't like how it looks right now. I'm contemplating adding more crystals around the bottom, possibly some tiny pieces of rutilated quartz and some citrine, just to make it like a big decorative piece with lots of crystals and stones and stuff. I don't know exactly what I want to do with this one yet, but it's not finished. And then this piece back here is like this white piece, but not completely white. And of course I silenced my phone except for the one alarm I have. Okay, this one, it has a little bit of yellow still left, and some dark right here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any glitter on this or just keep it with the resin. It's mostly coated with the resin. I do want to do a little bit more around the edge. This one did have like this big crystal back here after cleaning with both acid baths. This one was loose, and this was another one that is the reason why I experimented with the resin in the first place. And like this piece, if I can turn it around, this piece had like several, I don't want to say cracks, but you could tell where, like right in here, like I want to say the fracture lines where like it could be broken off into smaller pieces, and being the same as the white crystal where the edges could shard easily and then like you could see the line through there, I would be afraid of this larger piece like breaking off into chunks, you know, smaller pieces, because of those natural fracture lines, I would say, where the pieces have all stuck together. So that was another reason for the resin experiment of coating it in resin to preserve the entire structure. Like you can see the line goes through here and goes through these crystals. Like there's natural fracture lines to where this could fracture off into smaller pieces. So I wanted to preserve the whole piece. I haven't done anything with these smaller pieces. This one just might get a couple little, I don't know, I like the dark on the side there, how you could see the layers. This is a cute little piece. And then I wanted to do something with this one to make it a little bit more prettier with some glitter. But just kind of experimenting. So this one is completely finished. This one possibly finished. This one I'm gonna play around with. So there's that.